I never like it. I never want to do this. I just did over the pregnancy. I just say, yo, can I just not be pregnant anymore?
I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am that bitch. I am gonna go get that bag and I am not gonna take your shit. I am protected, well respected, I'm a queen, I'm a dream. I do what I wanna do and I'm who I wanna be, cause I am me.
Hey guys, it's the girl Candy Boo back at you with another video, and this time we're gonna talk about my birth story. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this, and you can see my cutie pie. She's currently asleep, but y'all will catch her in another one. All right, so my birth story was like it was good. I think it was good. So let's bring it back all the way back to the south. We knew we wanted a child. I knew I wanted a daughter. My boyfriend, he wanted a boy. We knew we wanted a child. I had my IUD, and so I took my IUD out, and I really wanted a girl. When I tell you I wanted a girl, I knew Soraya's name before she was like conceived. Like I knew her name was gonna be Soraya Courtney. You know what her dad's last name is, yeah. But like I prayed. When I tell you I prayed earnestly for a girl, day and day. I was just like, oh, please give me a girl, please give me a girl, please give me a girl, because that I just want to have that like mother-daughter relationship. Like, yeah, girls love their dads because I'm a daddy's girl, but that good mother-daughter relationship, that solid one, I want it. Like, I want to raise my daughter and like let her know what it is to feel like that mother-daughter relationship, right? So anyways, I found out I was pregnant super duper early, and if y'all hear me, I'm like, listen out, she's with her dad, but like, you know, for all those moms out here, I'm just listening out to see if she cries or whatever, especially because I'm in her room. Yeah, so I found out super early. So one day I was on my way to work and I was actually gonna be late for work, but something just said to me like, yo, stop and take a pregnancy test. So sorry, I'm gonna ahead of myself. Before that, I took one and it was kind of faint positive, but it was so faint that I was just like, I don't know if I'm pregnant or not. And then after that, my period came, so I was like, all right, bummer, not pregnant. So then again, one day I'm driving to work and something that says to me like, yo, you gotta stop and buy a pregnancy test. Like, I wasn't nauseous, I wasn't nothing. I just literally was just like, maybe that was God, I don't know, but I knew I was gonna be late, and I don't like being late for nothing, but something was just like, yo, you have to stop and buy this pregnancy test now. It's like I couldn't wait to be after work. Like, I just wanted to get it now, like in that moment. Stop, went to CVS and bought like 1 pack of 3, 1 pack of 2, so like I had 5 of them bitches. So I went to work, clocked in, I went in the bathroom and I peed, and it was positive. I was like, oh shit, so I peed again, and that was positive. And it was like the generic ones, like not really the good ones. So I had also bought the good one, so I went, got that, and peed on that too. It was positive, and I was like, oh shit. So literally as I'm walking out to go find one of my friends, her name is Shira, she threw the baby shower, y'all met her, she was there when I was like giving birth and whatever, in the beginning parts. As I'm walking out to go find her, she walks in the bathroom, and I was just showing her, and I'm just like, start crying. I'm just like, ah. And she's like, wait, are these happy tears? And I'm like, I'm so happy. And it's like God wanted us to have that moment to ourselves, because literally found out I was pregnant, cried about it, happy cried, called Reese and was just like, babe, pregnant. He could barely hear us, connection in the bathroom was bad. Sent him a screenshot. He was super happy, cried, wiped my eyes, held it, and after that, like, a lot of people came in the bathroom because I did this at work. So it was like God just knew we needed to have that moment to ourselves. So after that, you know, told my sisters and all the peeps pregnant that I wanted to tell in that moment, because I wanted to wait out the 12 weeks, because you know the first 12 weeks is like crunch time. So I wanted to wait, and I didn't really want to like spread it, but like I had to tell my store manager in case, like, because I'm a supervisor, in case he wanted me to like do anything, like lift anything heavy or nothing like that, especially because, again, first weeks, crunch weeks, right? First 12 weeks. So I found out super early, like I said. Went to the clinic, and it was so early that she was like, bro, you gotta come back at like 4 weeks, I think. She was like, after 4 weeks we can like see something. Because y'all know, if y'all don't know, I have bad anxiety, so I need to know like everything was good. And someone else was, oh my god, but someone else I knew was pregnant during that time, and like their baby wasn't developing properly. So like all the things, and you hear all the horror stories, and you read all the things, and you see all the things. So crunch weeks, right? Finally 4 weeks I was able to see baby girl. I didn't know she was a baby girl, but I was able to see my little P. We called her P at the time. And that was good. And then, you know, because, oh yeah, the reason I went to a clinic was my doctor did not have an appointment until 8 weeks. And again, bad anxiety. So I was not trying to wait for 8 weeks. I knew there was a free clinic I could go to, and they could do an ultrasound. Did my ultrasound, boop, saw my little P. And trust me, it was hard keeping that secret, because like I just wanted to scream to the mountaintops that I was pregnant, right? So did the 8 weeks, a little bit bigger. Everything's going good. My doctor asked me, and my doctor is great. Shout out to you, Jordan. My doctor asked me if I wanted to do like the genetic testing. So the genetic testing, for those who don't know, is you can find out if your baby has traits of like Down syndrome, sickle cell, I think autism, like a bunch of stuff you can find out. But if you do that too, I mean, I cared about that, but my main thing was I could find out the gender early. So again, bad anxiety. So I was like, needed to know if she possibly had any of these traits, and also needed to know if my baby was a girl or a boy. So did that, and then they called me. I was at work, and the lady was like, hey, I just want to call and say that your genetic testing and your blood work came back great. Like, you don't have any traits or anything. And she was like, do you want to know gender? I was like, yes. Like, I did not even wait on sis to let it out. I was like, yes. And she was like, you're having a girl. I was like, oh my gosh. Started bawling. This baby is testing my gangster, okay? So I have been testing my gangster from inside, because I am not a crier, and this girl just had me crying. So started bawling. I was like, she's like, wait, is that good news? I was like, I'm so happy. Like, this is what I prayed for. She was like, stop, you're gonna make me cry. So I'm crying. I was like, okay. So literally one of my associates walked out. I think at that point, like, I could let people know I was pregnant. So she walked out and she was like, are you okay? I was like, yes, I'm so happy. She was like, what? I was like, I can't say anything, because I wanted to make sure that my boyfriend was the first to know. So I called him. I was like, babe, guess what? He was like, oh man, I lost the bet, didn't I? Because we had a little bet going. He had to take me out to dinner. I was like, yes, you did. And he's like, okay, like, I'm so happy. Yay for us. Called my big sis, told her, started feeling like my dad, and all the peeps, right? So that was good. Pregnancy, my first trimester was gross. It was not it. I was sick. Did not feel good. I never like it. Whenever I want to do this, I just did over the pregnancy. I just say, yo, can I just not be pregnant anymore? Like, your mood swings, child. The mood swings is just like elevated. So everything I was anxious about, I was extra anxious. Like, I don't think I've ever prayed so much in my life, except in like those 9 months of pregnancy. Like, I pray, but like, no, like, I'll be praying 4 or 5 times a day, just like asking God to like get her to me safely. Don't get me started on how much you pray as a parent, but like during those, crunch time. So everything was good. My blood work, my pressure was high at one day, and I was like, hey, I think it's just because I had Starbucks coffee, and like the walk from the car to my like from the parking lot to the building is fucking Florida. I'm hot as shit. So they're like, you know, just to be safe, we want to run some tests. Boop, they did some tests. I was fine. My OB was like, okay, monitor your blood pressure. She sent me some prescriptions, ordered some stuff, so I had to watch it. So second trimester was like okay, still wasn't great, but it was like okay. I was still sick, but I wasn't as sick. I think I was more like, I was definitely more like cranky and more emotional. I was definitely more emotional. Like I cried because when I ordered Uber Eats, they forgot my milkshake. I cried because they did the order wrong. I just cried. I cried because I wanted ice cream and Bae wasn't moving fast enough. Like I cried over everything, and I'm not a crier. So second trimester, third trimester was when like things started to turn around. I was just tired though, but like of course I'm tired and peeing a lot, of course. So in the third trimester when we did the ultrasound again to like confirm that she was a girl in the second trimester. Third trimester we did another ultrasound just to make sure everything was good, more blood stuff. So my 36-week appointment, my blood pressure was high, and my OB was just like, yo, you've been taking your pressure? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, let me see. And there were some high ones in there, like 146 over whatever. Like I still have them in here, I think. Did I delete them? Just so I can like give y'all for like anyone that's going through this. Right, here we go. So I had like 146 over 105 high, 144 over 92, 146 over 97, like 151 over 100. And then there'll be low ones like 141 over 95. That's not really low. 115 over 60. Hey, there you go. But my pressure will be up and down, up and down, up and down. So she was like, we are gonna induce you at 37 weeks. And I'm like, I thought I had like a couple more weeks to go before baby girl was like here. And they're like, nah sis. I was like, I bet. So of course she's like, we're gonna do another appointment, and they're gonna do another ultrasound, and they're gonna do some tests. And she was like, if I fail my test, they're gonna induce me right there. If I pass the test, then they're gonna induce me at the 37 week. And I was just like, I bet. Like came home and was just like scrambling. Like most of her room was done, but like making sure everything got done. I had to tell my job like, yo, seems like I'm going on maternity leave earlier than I thought because of my pressure, blah blah blah. The day of her actual birth story, which is probably what y'all wouldn't see, but I like to give backstory so y'all can follow along, right? So the day off, like me getting induced, I was supposed to get induced at 5 a.m. Did not get induced until 11:30 p.m. So I was like, bro, I could have went to work, but whatever. Didn't get induced till then. And then I was doing good. Like for those first 7 centimeters, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but y'all can watch the video. I was in no pain. And the nurse was just like, my doctor, but the doctor that delivered Soraya. She was like, you not in no pain? Like everyone was shocked. The nurses was shocked, Bae was shocked. My friends were just like, how are you talking right now? I guess my pain tolerance is pretty decent, or so I thought. So I was good. I was riding through the pain. I was like, rocking out. Tip, bring the nurses food or snacks or something. It makes them treat you nicer. I've seen it in a couple of videos I've watched. I've done it myself. Again, my birth was excellent. This just made them take like extra care of me, whatever. So I was at 7, I went all the way to 7 centimeters, like barely any pain. She kept on checking me like, you good? And she was like, nah, I need you to feel pain. So she breaks my water, and then I'd say my pain was probably like at a 1. She came in and she's like, how's the pain? I'm like, a 1. And she's like, okay, they're gonna give me more Pitocin, because they gave me Pitocin. She upped it. I think you can go to like a 40 or a 20, something like that. 40, I don't remember, but she gave me like up to a 5 or whatever the before halfway point is. So let's say 5 if it's a 20. She gave me 5, and then she came and checked in on me a couple minutes later. What's your pain tolerance at? I was like, maybe like a 2, 3. And she was like, all right, no. Then she upped me to like a 10. She came in again, pain tolerance, and I was like 2, 3. And they're checking me, and they're like, I'm at 7. So in my head, I'm like, all right, Candice, you got 3 more to go. When they say that, like, birth is, there's pain, but it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing, and here why. So like I said, I'm riding off the pain because I'm like, all right, well, wasn't really feeling pain, but I'm like, Candice, you got 3 more to go. You're at 7 because you need 10, you know, to push, if you don't know. She came and she put it halfway there. So I think it was like, I think the top is most is 40 and she gave me a 20. So halfway, and then them pains started to whoop my ass, okay? And I was like, whew. So she's like, are you in pain? And I was like, yes. And she's like, are we friends still? I was like, no. Because it hurt like a bitch. So the nurse, and this is where it was like, out of that whole experience, one of my nurses was like, she wasn't my favorite person in the world. Towards the end, she started to be nice, but she wanted me to get that fucking epidural. She was like, you want the epidural? I was like, no. And Reese is like, no. Like, because I already told him, I'm not against the epidural, but I was like, if I could not do it, I would take it, right? So them pains is at 1,000, and I had back labor, so all my pain was in my back. So I'm running out. She checked me a second time and she was like, you're at 7. And I'm just like, all right, Candice, you still got 3 more to go. You got this, you got this. I'm psyching myself up. I'm running through the pain. Reese is trying to help as best as he can, but whew, it wasn't working. She checked me a 3rd time and she was like, you're still at 7. I was just like, yo, I can't do this no more. Give me the epidural. So this is why I said that the pain is like a mind thing. Like, of course it hurts, but your psyche, right? When I said I wanted to epidural, I had to wait for the doctor to come. That's the anesthesiologist to administer the epidural, right? While he's prepping the thing, I had to sit like this, arched over, and don't move so that he can put that needle up my thing. And if you watch my video, you see him do all that. My birth vlog, you see him do all that. When I tell you, like, that, those waiting and sitting through the contraction, how I was waiting in my head in that split second, I said to myself, I was like, I should tell him to not do it and see where I'm at, because I have to wait, and I'm sitting there waiting for him to do all this. So technically, I think I could have held the pain out, right? Because, you know, when you get to a certain point, you can't get it no more. So anyways, I got the epidural, and I will say it's a good thing I did, because when I was pushing, her shoulder got stuck behind my pelvic bone, because I guess my pelvic bone is narrow, so she had to cut me. So imagine if I didn't have the epidural, I'd have felt all that. So I mean, you know, they say hindsight's 2020. I am happy with my decision. Sometimes I'm like, but when I think about that part, I'm like, you know what, God don't do no wrong. Yeah, so when I was pushing, I had a mirror, because I'm a visual person. So I felt like if I didn't have a mirror and they're telling me to push, I would just be there like pushing, right? When I was seeing it, because I saw her head coming out, that gave me like an extra breath. So 1, I have asthma, so I can barely breathe as is. They had to give me the oxygen mask. 2, I was giving them 3 pushes. So push, catch your breath again, push. When I saw her head crowning, I don't know where that 4th breath came from. Push, 4th time. She was like, oh, 4? Because again, they're shocked because I have asthma. Yeah, I found out 4th breath somehow, but it's literally me seeing it. So that was going. I knew something was wrong because like a lot of doctors came in the room, right? I'm guessing this was when her pelvic bone was stuck, because I kept pushing and she was just not budging. So, you know, I see a bunch of doctors come, they start to set up the baby thing, but I'm still focused on pushing. The lady said to me, the doctor said to me, she was like, Candice, you're gonna have to push, or we're gonna have to explore other options. The level of panic that came over my face, I was just done. And Reese and my sister has been texting that. Again, if you watch the video, you'll see it. Reese and my sister have been texting, and she was like texting him and saying like, go, you know, go be there for her, like give her words of encouragement. When I tell you that Reese is my ride or die, he my trooper. Reese came in my ear this side, and he said, baby, it's me and you. It's me and you in this room. Don't think about nothing else. Just get our baby girl out. You got this. You're strong. When I tell you that the level of confidence that came with just him in my ear and that push, I gave them everything I got. and baby girl came out. And so the plan was we were going to do delayed clamping so that she could get all her nutrients, and he was going to cut the umbilical cord. That's also what let me know something was wrong. And she blocked me from seeing the mirror. She said, Dad, I'm going to cut the cord, okay? She cut it. She cut the cord for Soraya and then just whisked her away to the station, whatever. And people start looking at her, and doing things. And Reese is looking at me, and I'm like, no, like, go get her, kid. So he, like, you know, he's over there, and then she cries, and then he cries, and I'm crying, and we're all crying. But I was happy. So when she was sewing, I was like, I tore? And she said, oh no, I had to cut you to get her shoulder out. She said it, I heard it, but it didn't really register. I just thought she was like making room for, like, because maybe Soraya was too big or something, or she didn't want me to tear. I didn't know again it was because her shoulder was stuck. So whatever, got baby girl, did her skin to skin, all the hugs and the kisses, called all the people, we're in the recovery room, and it was great. Like, my birth was like, I don't think it could have went any better, any worse. Like, I'm happy with what I did. My baby girl's here. I love her so much. And it's at my 6 weeks checkup is when my my actual OB was telling me, like, oh, I saw they gave you a whatever that P word is. And I was like, huh? And she was like, oh yeah, her shoulder blade was stuck, her shoulder was stuck behind your pelvic bone, so we're gonna have to watch out for that for the next one. I said, what next one? Like, I ain't doing no more kids. Like, I'm a one and done gal. It's just right. I got my girl. So I was like, oh, I wish someone would have told me that. And she was like, no, it was just from the reports here. It was stuck for like a millisecond, like not even. But that's why she cut you to let her come through. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But however God, my philosophy was, however God wanted her to come was how she was gonna come. And I'll tell people this, like, for those who are against epidural, one, you got this, you can do it, you're strong. But two, don't be so like headstrong on not having an epidural. However this baby's supposed to come out is how this baby was meant to come out. But at the same time, you can do this, you're a rock star. It's a mind thing. Do some mind exercises of how to handle pain, and you're gonna have your beautiful bundle of joy. My experience was wonderful. Don't forget snacks or juice or something. Just bring the nurses some kind of thing. I promise you, like, you'll see the experience. It worked for me. It's a whole new, like, people love free shit. Like, go to the dollar store, get some snacks. Go to Walmart, get some snacks. That's what I did. I got some snacks from Walmart. And she was born in October, so you know Halloween had just was coming up, so I got some candy, got some snacks, did some juice. Like, I did 2 separate baskets, one for the night shift, one for the morning shift. Like, it was great. I was in labor for 26 hours. I pushed for 2.5 hours. Yeah, it was great. It was great. There is pain. Don't let nobody tell you they don't hurt. That shit hurt like a bitch. If you get the epidural, it doesn't hurt. But also your heal time was, you know, give or take your body. That first poop, people say the first poop hurts like hell. Maybe because, again, I guess my pain tolerance is high. I was stressing because, again, bad anxiety. I didn't know what it was gonna be. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad for me. It wasn't bad for me. The first pee was harder because, you know, they had the catheter and you have to pee. It wasn't harder that it hurt. It was just hard, like, to get the pee out. But that first poop, I was like, oh, this is it. Oh, okay, I can do this, and that was fine. But, like, I hope you guys like this video. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, want me to go in detail, anything you think I missed that you want to know about, let your girl know. Put it in the comments below, all right? And I'll catch you in the next one. Want to reach home? Want to call me to get home, so I know you guys are safe. Bye.